Hi everybody, welcome back to a new mod spotlight with me, Sid, and this is a spotlight that I didn't think I'd ever do. Not because it was a mod that I never thought I'd cover, it was it's the way the mod is created. So for those of you who are not aware, Minecraft modding traditionally is done by people programming in Java and, you know, doing very complicated things with very complicated code and coming up with amazing things for us to play with. There is, however, a tool called MCreator, which simplifies Minecraft modding to the point where it's basically like, imagine a toolkit where you can drag and drop bits and pieces together to make mods. The downside to MCreator is that for the most part, and yeah, pretty much for the most part, most of the mods created are terrible. They are utterly dire. You'll know the ones I mean. They're the ones with bad descriptions or no description or very little description, often poor English, poor writing, and that add just things that nobody's ever wanted in the game. So I was very surprised when I discovered two mods that I really like the look of, and then I realised that they were MCreator mods, and I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do here? Because I don't do MCreator. Do now. Let's start off here. So, Rotten Creatures by RPorotos. Porotos. There is a URL there, it will be in the description. Now, Rotten Creatures basically adds zombies. But what is nice about these is every single zombie that has been added is really well thought out, beautifully modelled, and sensible and logical and just and not overpowered. So here's Jack and Frosty. Jack and Frosty are frostbitten. Frostbitten are, as you would imagine, cold zombies. They drop normal zombie loot. They spawn in snowy biomes and there's a 2.5% chance of babies. But they have a freeze effect. If you get hit by them, you can't move, jump or open your inventory, and they have frost warp natively. Freeze effect is also, I believe, possible to get via a potion. But yeah, so there's your frostbitten. Now over here are, you'll see rank A and rank B. Rank C is missing. I'm not sure why. And this is the Undead Miner. There are three variants. Rank C is a stone miner, B is iron, and A is diamond. Needless to say, rarity common to rare. Drops are different by his rank. So a C is just some rotten flesh, cobblestone, maybe some iron ore and some coal. Rank B is 1 to 2 for rotten flesh, some cobblestone, gold ore, iron ore, 2 coal. And A is flesh, cobblestone, diamond, gold ore, iron ore, coal. And all ranks have an extremely rare chance to drop their pickaxe. They only spawn underground, and as you can imagine, as I say, A to B. But just again, look at the modelling on these guys. Got a little pouch, little belts, they've got a little helmets on with mining, you know. They're just brilliant, everything about them. There's a story. They're not overpowered. Again, you can see they've got 11 hearts, so 12, 11 hearts, 22 life. Again, now let's move over here to these two guys, Bill and Ted. I tend to play around when I name these things. These are Swampies. Swampies drop 1 to 2 rotten flesh and brown dye. They spawn in swamp biomes, have baby form, is a rare chance. They apply blindness and poison at the same time when they hit the player, and if the mob dies, he has an 80% chance to drop a small cloud effect with poison too. So again, you can't really see because they're hanging out in the thing, but they kind of stooped around, not very, you know, quite unpleasant, and they could even sound gurgly. So yeah, Swampies. And let's move over into these guys. So this is Crispy, and if we can get his things, and Rock. These are the same zombie, by the way. So Crispies are the burned. Burn drop rotten flesh. They drop magma block, magma cream on a rare, and the obsidian burned has a chance to drop obsidian. They all spawn in the nether. There is a crazy form which I couldn't show you because it is just so noisy. Trust me, it is crazy. The burn can set the player on fire when it hits them, and if the mob touches water, he turns into an obsidian burn. When the burn is low health, his strength and speed increase. He emits light. Rain doesn't seem to be good to them, and cold is the nemesis. Normal zombies now have a low chance to transform into burned when they try and die in lava. So, yeah. And again, they look. Come on, give us a show. You can see that's your obsidian burned. It's been put out. But again, the detail in the models, just look at it. The broken pauldrons, the glowing embers in there, the bits of, I can only assume, brain showing through it. I love it. It's great. Right, over here we have zombie Eskimos, or rotten Eskimos. They drop rotten leather, rotten flesh, leather and cod. They have a small, rare chance to spawn in snow biomes. There's a 50% chance they'll spawn with a wolf, and there's a 40% chance his variants will spawn with a spear. I don't know, can we see the wolf? Have we got the wolf? I don't think we've got the wolf. He applies a slowness 2 when he hits the player. If you punch it, there's a chance he'll drop a raw cod every time you hit him. And the spear has more range and applies knockback, however, it doesn't have the slowness effect. So, again, it's cute. Warm Norm, and I can't remember what, and Spike. Over here, a very sensible one, we have the mummy. Oh, and there's a glass block in here because the mummy has this little side effect. So the mummy drops 1 to 2 rotten flesh, 1 to 2 paper, and 4 to 5 gold nuggets. They have a rare chance to spawn in deserts. They apply hunger 3 when they hit, and in just tracking an entity has a rare chance to spawn a beetle. If the mob dies, 2 or 3 beetles spawn, and that obviously the beetles are hostile too. Think scarab from the mummy, although they don't quite burrow under your flesh. Now we come to the last two. This guy, last several. This guy is Deadbeard. Deadbeard the pirate, and the Deadbeard will summon his crew. His crew consists of skeletons and zombies. They hang around for a short period and then vanish. So if we look, Deadbeard, and he spawns things in the wall sometimes. He drops rotten flesh and the same loot as a treasure chest of a shipwreck. Spawns on beach biomes, extremely rare. He has knockback resistance. Whenever he moves, he has a chance to spawn zombie pirates and skeleton pirates. When he has low health, he takes out a TNT barrel and he will explode in 5 seconds. If he explodes, the drops don't appear, and the zombie pirates and skeletons disappear after 30 seconds. So, yeah, just utterly brilliant. And if we can catch him, I'm just going to see if we can catch one. When these guys spawn, they rise out of the sand. Come on, Deadbeard. Show us. There. They don't just pop into existence, they come out the ground as if they're coming out. So there's a zombie pirate. He's quite tough as well if he's wants to come over here. But yeah, he's modelling. Incredible. It's like the Minecraft version of Pirates of the Caribbean. He's got 25 health. Love it. And then over here we have the last one. Now there's some command blocks about here. The Immortal. He drops 1 to 2 rotten flesh and 1 to 2 bones. During thunderstorms, there's a 100% chance he'll drop a trident with channeling 1, riptide 1, or without an enchantment. Without a thunderstorm, there's a 10% chance to drop a normal trident. He spawns in the overworld during thunderstorms, except in biomes such as desert, blah blah blah. Extra info, he applies a channeling effect when he hits a player. If lightning strikes him, his life is restored. He can also infect and convert zombies. Zombies turn into a zap, the new entity offspring. When he's got low health, different lightning bolt will appear near and his speed increases. He moves randomly when hit, and he can perform a dash attack. When this attack ends, his life is restored. If the thunderstorm is no longer available, the Immortal loses all of his powers and red particles appear on him. So right now you can see he's got red particles. So let's turn the thunder on. Now it's not thundering because we're in a biome, but eventually his red particles expire. And if we bring a zombie with no AI, with AI, there you go, one zap. This guy, again, modelling is awesome. I love it. And it's just really nicely thought out, and when you turn that on, he loses all his powers and so on. Now if I bring another zombie into play, oops, even though he's lost his powers, he can still create and infect other zombies. So, and this guy can obviously summon guys outside of his thing. That's rotten creatures. I just love it. Like I say, the mobs are well thought out. Yeah, he's obviously getting upset. I don't know why he's getting upset. Anyway, yeah, I just love it. The mobs are well thought out, they're nicely modelled, and not overpowered. Possibly the most overpowered one there is probably him. Anyway, let's move on. So the other mod is Natural Deco Mod by Marios170. And as you were going to expect, this is a mod which spawns stuff in the world and allows you to do more decorating. So things like large tropical bushes, bird's nest spruce, large bush, Draconeer, that is prickly pear. There's a bird's nest spruce, tall Draconeer, tropical bush, bushes. Just spawn naturally in the world, and they look actually quite nice. They're nicely modelled. Over this side, there's also, it's still going. There's blue fescue grass. There's a buttercup. There's a orange poppy, soul sage, ghost orchids, Indian paintbrush, tulip bundles, and poppy bundles. So your tulip bundle is made by crafting the multiple tulip, all four tulips together. Poppy bundle, same kind of thing. 2 red, 2 orange gives you a poppy bundle, and they just are. Well, he is really losing it over there, isn't he? Anyway, additionally, you can take stone in this formation and you can craft a small stone. You can take 4 of those and you can craft a medium stone. Now, this one here actually crafts what it also calls a medium stone. It's actually a large stone. I've labelled it a large stone. I assume it was just a typo in the mod. But these, again, just decoration. No more sticking buttons on the ground. You can take your ferns, ghost orchids and blue orchids, craft them with some string, and you'll get a posy which can be mounted on the wall. Again, nothing earth-shaking, but it's nice decorating. Now, I have to explain, I'm all about the building and all about the decoration. So anything that gives me more building materials, so for example stone pavement bricks made with 9 stone, you can obviously craft 3 of those together into a slab, and you can do the usual pattern for stairs, and you can get this lot going on. These are your pavement slabs, and it exists for all of the stone types. So just a simple thing, but it's another variety of block. Now, outdoor stone is made with stone, basically one of each of the 4, and then it gives you something to use your your die right for, doesn't it? And that'll give you outdoor stone, which is a kind of a grey thing. Obviously, it comes in the variety of stone options, so walls, blocks, slabs, all of the stuff. Now over this side, if you take 4 iron and some lapis, you can make outdoor iron. And again, with the exception of a few bits and pieces, if you take 4 of those outdoor iron and 2 iron ingots, you can make outdoor iron fence. You can also make outdoor iron chain, and obviously the variety of things you would expect to be able to make with that. And it's just an interesting, nice texture. 3 string together will give you rope. You can take a string and a rope and 2 string like that, and it will give you climbable rope or knotted rope. You can also take string in that formation to get rope net. A rope net can be crafted into slabs and all of the usual bits and pieces, and looks like it might be raining. Looks like it might be storming. I'm just going to go and have to oh, he's really losing it, isn't it? Oh, hello. Put that back. Behave. I'm trying to record here. Never work with mobs and children, eh? So you can do that, and you can actually, if I can get there, you can climb that rope as well. Can't get a good example of it. Over here, simple block. Pumpkin and 2 jungle wood will give you a tiki head, and 2 jungle wood and sticks will give you a tiki body, and that gives you a tiki block, which is nice. 3 cobwebs and red dye will give you particle blocks barrier. I don't like this one personally, however, craft it with nether wart and you'll get particle block magic, and that's glimmer, which is crafted with an emerald. So you can put these particle blocks down. You can also get, if you do it with a book, you can get the enchantment particles, ender pearl, enderman particles, and flint and steel gives you flame blocks. So if you want these kind of particles, they aren't perfectly invisible. You can actually just make out there is a texture there. If it had been me, I would have gone make them totally invisible, but that's me. Now, this one, and this is an awkward one. I've done these upside down just because of the way these things work. 3 bushes and a player head. Now, the player head is the interesting one because I'm not entirely sure you can get the player head in vanilla play, but that will allow you to craft one of these guys, a topiary zombie. Now, it would have made more sense, in my opinion, to have a zombie head there, because you can get that in vanilla. But the topiary zombie is basically a grass zombie model. Quickly running over here, we've also got 6 logs together will give you an oak log wall, and that will exist for all of the colours. Taking a torch and 2 of those blocks will give you a patio light there, which basically hangs. And I'm not entirely sure why you want this, but you've got some wheat and a bone will give you a botany biscuit. No idea what that does. It's just a food source as far as I'm aware. Now, over this side, 5 logs will give you a suspension block. Craft it again and you'll get a suspension block top, which look like these. There are a number of blocks in the mod which appear not to have crafting recipes, and this is somewhat where the MCreator kind of comes in, the difference between a mod creator who is coding it by hand and then somebody who is using MCreator. These kind of errors crop in. So, for example, Topiary Steve. You can't craft that, there's no recipe. Topiary Steve Posed. You can't craft that, there's no recipe. Lamp light, similar to that one, no recipe. The particle note block, note particle, can't craft that, no recipe. Same with the splash and same with the wooden trestle block, and of course there is an equivalent top one for that. But on the whole, top dollar. And you know what, if these guys who are modding these things, who are writing these stuff using MCreator, actually take the vision, take their vision and have you settled down, and actually head out and, you know, push themselves into full modding. Oh god, he's off again. I actually think the possibilities are endless, because the vision, the design of these blocks is great. These bushes, you know, this just gives you so much more to build and decorate with. And as I've said, the vision on those mobs, I'm just, you know, really in awe. If those are just really nicely done and nicely modelled. So yeah, not all MCreator mods are terrible, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, in my experience, the majority are. But on that note, all the details for both of these mods will be in the description. Do check them out. They are really, really nice. Again, my opinion. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.